In a small village nestled in the Green Hills, there lived a loving mother named Elodie and her 10-year-old son, Thomas. Elodie was known throughout the village for her kindness and gentleness and the enchanting stories she told Thomas every night before he went to sleep. But one day, something terrible happened. Elodie fell seriously ill. She remained bedridden, her face pale but clear, while her loving gaze continued to watch the world through the window of their modest home. Thomas, as carefree as all children his age, played in the street with his friends. They amused themselves by searching for treasures lost among the stones, imagining themselves adventurers in faraway realms. Elodie lay on her bed, struggling for strength, but as the sun rose high in the sky, she felt a burning thirst. "Thomas, darling," she called in a faint voice, "could you please get me a glass of water?" But his call was lost in the children's laughter and the game's noise. Thomas, caught up in the moment, promised his mother he'd return soon. He dashed out of the house, lighthearted and free-spirited. Time passed and the light began to fade. Laughing and running, Thomas joined the other children for one last game. He forgot his mother, who lay in the bedroom. As the sun set behind the hills, Thomas finally realized that a long time had passed. He ran to the house, his mind soothed by the game, but a strange uneasiness seized him as he entered. The room was dark, too dark. Elodie was silent. As he approached the bed, his heart sank. She seemed to be asleep, but a light breath passed over her lips. Thomas knew that she would never wake. Tears began to roll down his cheeks. In a desperate gesture, he knelt at her side, muttering promises and apologies he should have said sooner. And then, in a flash of light, something extraordinary happened. Elodie began to change. Her features softened, her arms became as thin as feathers, and her heartbeat mingled with the rustle of wings. A magnificent dove emerged from the shadow of the bed, its brilliant plumage illuminating the room with a serene glow. Thomas, amazed and horrified, at the same time, widened his eyes. The dove landed delicately on the sill of the open window, waiting for Thomas to understand what was happening. The softness of its voice echoed through the room, albeit in the form of a melodious song. "Never forget, my dear Thomas, I am always with you, even in the air. I have you in my heart, my son." And with one last, sweet song, the dove flew off into the starry sky, leaving a shimmer of light behind. Thomas watched its final farewell, his heart heavy, but comforted by the promise of eternal love. From that day on, whenever the wind blew and the stars twinkled in the sky, he knew Elodie was there, watching over him. And every night, before he fell asleep, he whispered back to her, "Goodbye, Mom. See you tomorrow in my dreams." And with that sweet thought, he would fall asleep, his heart filled with the magic of a love that lasts beyond life.